Hello fellow colorists. So I've done the background and all this, and we're now going to start on the first row. I've put the camera slightly closer, so hopefully as I'm talking through you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with this little pot and work the way through. What I've done, and you'll see at the very start, so just pause to get the numbers. I've took a selection of reds, a couple of reds, about 3 reds, 3 oranges, and sort of 4 yellows and my polychroma pencils, 5 greens. So I'll put a photo at the start of the video, so just move back and see what the numbers are for them. And then I've also got the dark red, orange, and yellow fine liner, and then also 4 green fine liners. So yeah, got all those. So now we're going to play, and this is the fun bit. So we'll start with this one here. So I'm going to go with one of the sort of darkish reds. Let me just sharpen it. Actually, that wasn't very good of me, was it? So that point's just not sharp enough. When you do, or I find anyway, when I'm doing sort of more detailed work, you really need that point, yeah, around the edge, especially because I want this one. This is the cadmium red 217, especially because this is right at the edge as well, so you want it nice and crisp. One of the things I like about polychromos is that because it's a bit firmer, the point stays a bit longer. The Prismacolor I seem to be sharpening every 2 seconds. So what I'm doing here is just outlining on the left hand side. So it's like on these I'm going to have the light coming from sort of this direction and slightly to the front. So I'm just going to do it on this edge here, because that's where it's going to be a bit darker, and just a little bit at the top there. Now I'm going to go down to my next red, which also needs sharpening. Sorry, I should have sharpened these before I actually started recording. So this red is the 219, deep scarlet red. And I'm just going to go around those little bits there, which we'll do another colour in a moment. And I'm actually going over that darker red. So it'll still say darker, we can always go over. Taking it a bit further round and coming out slightly. Small circles again. A little bit there, a little bit there. And you're going to have a bit of shadow under that lip of the little pot. So you do a little bit there. Then I'm going to go to a more orangey kind of colour now. So this is my darkest orange 121, which is Pale Geranium Lake. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not going to sharpen this because I'm in the middle now, so it doesn't matter so much. I don't need that fine point. So I'm just going to go over the very edge. Now I'm going to go very orange. There, here, that's a bit blunt. Let's sharpen this. And now I'm pressing down a lot firmer because I really want this orange to come through. I'm going to take it right the way across. And then go my lighter orange, which is 115 Orange Glaze. There we go. And that goes nice from the red. Looking at that now, what I will look at, see just here, there's a few bits of white. So I'm just going to go over that little bit there. Just bring out the deep red a little bit. Take it over. Perfect, that'll do. Now, I'm going to do the stalk of the flower first. So I think with this one, in the previous picture. I'll try and copy the previous one I did. This is number 175. I can't read the name because it's so small. Look at this. It's so small. So I'm very, very lightly just going to fill it in. There's not much room here, particularly to do lots of shading. I'll go firm around the line, but we're going to be going over some of this with fine liner. So I'm really just filling in the white here. And then what colour are we going to do that little flower? A nice yellow, I think. That'll do there. So I'll go to my yellows. I'll start with that, maybe that orange that I had, just for the top bit, and just a little bit of shade there and there. And then we'll go for, I've got to sharpen it though, guys, sorry. We're going for the yellow, dark cadmium yellow 108. A nice strong yellow. I'm going over the orange bits so that blends it in. There we go, done. Now, I'm just going to do those yellow. I will actually attack that with a gel pen because you know that's what it's calling for. So I'm actually going to go over now with a fine liner. So I'm using the dark red fine liner. This is a Stabilo 0.88, number 19. And all I'm going to do is go over very carefully the black line. And what I find it does, and I'll be doing this same thing for all the black lines, when you add a bit of colour to it, it just seems to make the pencil colour kind of pop a little more. I'm just going to go over there. Makes it all stand out a little more. There we go. Taking my time on this one just to show you. So the first two, I'll take my time a bit. The other ones I'll probably go a bit faster. So I'm now using number 4 in the Tri Plus, the orange. I'm just going to go over the black of the flower. Now I've got the camera very close so you can really sort of see the how it goes over the lines. When you pull back, when it's all done, going for number 57 now, you won't notice that so much. And with this, I'm now, you know I said before when we're colouring background, don't worry about going over the stalk, because we will go over it in fine liners. So I'm going to go over that now and just outline the leaves. There we go. And outline here as well. There we go. Perfect. And then I would normally do this at the end, but just to finish this off, I've now got my gold gel pen, and I would definitely do little gold bits on there. One pot done, one down, one to go. So that's I was nice and slow there, so you could sort of follow where I was going in that. So let's get on to this one now. Let's use a bit more red. Let's go start with a slightly lighter colour. Red this time. So this is the 219. Right, so I'm going to blend now. I'm going to start with the red at the top, and we're going to go down to yellow. So we're going to go the red, orange, that beautiful combo, the red, orange, yellow, that I use in fine liners as well. Doing red at the bottom, I think. I'll do a bold colour at the bottom because we can go over those dots with gold, and the gold will stand out on darker colours better. So we can just have a block colour of the red there, but then maybe have some colour kind of working its way up. And just a little bit at the top. Okay, now go for the next one, which is a nice orange, a 115. That's the darkest orange I've got here. And I'm just going to go round over the edge of the red, down the sides there. Same here. And bring it down a little bit as well. And go for the next one. So now we're going to go for the yellow. So this is the dark chrome yellow. I'm going to leave that middle bit just for a lighter yellow. You see when I do this, I'm taking this right up just to make sure the blend's pretty good. Very, very similar to the fine liners. Now I don't know if this is how most people blend pencils, and I suppose because I come from fine liners to pencils, I do the same thing with my pencils I do with my fine liners. No surprise there. Does it work? It works for me. I'm probably doing the exact opposite of what other people have told us to do, but it works for me. And now I'm going to go with a very light yellow. So this is 107 cadmium yellow. And just go over that light bit there. Light bit there. And then that light bit there in the middle. Now, what we're going to do, that middle one, what I'm actually going to do, because there's quite a bit of detail there, I'm actually going to use my fine liner now. And on that middle band, I'm actually, actually I don't want that red, I want this red, sorry, number 2. I don't want that, it'd be too dark if I did that red. Let's do it in this red number 2, which is the Tri-Plus red. That's better. Oh, so look at that. See, look at the depth of colour with fine liners. Come on, people. Jump on the fine liner bandwagon. And then I'm just going to outline that. I'll colour the inside of that in with a different fine liner. And now I'm going to do exactly what I did with the other one. And I'm going to very carefully go over the black line with the red. Now you'll notice this time I'm doing it with the lighter red. This is so hard when I can't move the book. So hard. I'll go over with the light red. And then down each line. Now look at that. Look how different that is by going over those black lines with the fine liner over the top of the pencil. Look how that pops now. Perfect. Now we're going to get a yellow fine liner, which is the Stabilo number 44. I'm just going to colour those bits in nice yellow. I could get the pencil, but the fine liner is just easier because it's more detailed part. I'm now going to get the gold pen. Where did I put the gold pen? Oh, there's the gold pen. Because it's just crying out for little row of dots down there. Excuse the dogs, you can hear them clippity cloppity. It's like having a horse in the house, eh? And now we're going to do those flowers. So that's quite a bold looking pot there. So we're going to go similar colour flowers. Some nice reds at the bottom. And we'll do a little bit more yellow, I think. In them, so the red will just be at the bottom. But these little buds can be red. go orange, the darker orange here. Take it up. If you don't do smooth but do a couple of lines going up, don't be scared of doing that, because it's good that follow the lines that Joanna's already sort of put there for you. Now we're going to jump up into the yellow, the dark cadmium yellow. Is that what it's called? No, dark chrome yellow. Yep, that one. And follow the lines a little bit. Pressure wise, I'm being quite firm. I think I just tend to colour quite firmly, but it means I haven't got to layer 55 times. And as you can see from this, when you I just love that instant colour fine liners give. So I want pencil to be as instant, which it isn't, but I think that's why I press so firmly. I'm going now to the 107 cadmium yellow, with the hope that, you know, it will give me colour and I can do it quickly and not have to, not for speed, just, yeah, I'm used to fine liner, so I want instant colour. Beautiful. So there we go. Now you, because we've gone the more yellow, I'm not going to go around the edge red because we've did that here. I'm going to actually go around in orange to go over the black line with the yellow. You can actually do that, and I would do that if I've gone very, very, very light. Because we've got the dark bit at the end, I just think orange will work better here. So I'm going to go over in the orange. I did a few little mini before I had a YouTube account. Oh, by the way, sorry, interrupt that. I'm going over these lines that are here on the bottom that Joanna's drawn. Because even, it's like, so if we do it on this one, you'll see, so I'll go around the edge, but even just doing the lines on there, it just makes those stand out as well a bit more. So basically just go over any line. Anyway, I was saying that, so I did a couple of little videos, for those of you who are in the amazing group, and if you're not, you should get in there, Joanna Basford Your Pages Facebook group. I'm moderator on there, and I did a couple of vlogs, so small little videos on a series a couple of years back now, called Vlogs and Dogs. It ended up getting called because my dogs interrupted that one all the time as well. Yeah, and I did this technique with the lining, and one of the members, I can't remember which one it was, but coined the term Bex lining, and I thought that was actually pretty cool. I quite like that term. I'm just going to grab a green. I'm going to go this lighter green because I think it'll go work better with the yellow 51, and because we had a darker green there. I'm just going to go over the lines. Yeah, so this kind of just going over the black line with a fine liner, which is very simple, but look at the effect. I just think it's makes a real difference. Because fine liners are awesome. What are fine liners? They're awesome. Excuse me, it's a Friday. I've had a long week at work. Right, there we go. We've got 2 down, 1 to go. So this little pot, last time I did that really dark. So I'm going to jump straight in with a very dark one, which is 193. I have no idea. Oh, that looks a bit weird. Where's that come from? I'm looking at this going, oh, burnt carmine. Oh, this must be an open stock one, because that looks, so it's one of the ones I've already replaced at some point, because that looked very different. So dark there, a little bit of a shadow. This is just going to be the reds on the bottom. Maybe only 2 pencils, just 2 or maybe 3. The reds. I'll leave that bottom one's so tiny. I'll leave that to do on there with the fine liner. Then I'm going to get the next red I've got, which is the cadmium. And that's really just to take that red over. Then I'll go the other red I've got, the 29 Scarlet Red, which would be a wonderful lipstick if you had the lips for it. I used to have the lips for it. Why is it as you get older your lips disappear? I used to have really, really lovely big luscious lips that you could put red lipstick on. And they just wouldn't go now. Maybe I should go and have some injections. You can go and have injections, can't you? Maybe that's what I need to do. Just colour that bottom bit there. There we go. Right then, and use the dark red fine liner. Do the little feet. For some reason, this one's a little bit. Don't forget, if you haven't watched any of my other YouTube videos, always have a bit of paper to the side. I'm just going to grab mine or a bit of card or something, because when you do a lot of the lining, you just get your fine liner and just sort of turn it around like that. Or see, this is really dry. It's really strange. Don't know why. Yeah, that's terrible. Right, I might have to see if I can find my other one, because there ain't nothing coming out of that one. So in the bin he goes. I've obviously used him too much. It's okay, here's another one. So is this one okay? Oh, look, beautiful, beautiful. So that one can go in the bin. Did you hear that? I've got a metal bin. See if this will work better. That's better. But yeah, so when you're going over the pencil, sometimes you'll get a little bit of a build-up. You get more of a build-up when you're using fine liners with Prismas than you do with polys, which might be another reason why I like polychromos. I'm not sure about some of the other pencils. I've got a lot of pencils, but yeah, the Ergo Soft. I'm just going to do a few dots in there because it's a bit boring. The Ergo Soft ones are pretty good with them. You just have to test them really and see which ones. Those flowers are so tiny. You got not much ability to shade or anything, so I'm just going to do block red, which is what I did before. Now then, because we've got such a dark pot, we're going to go a bit lighter on the actual flowers. And what I'm actually going to do is, I've got a very light green here, which is 171, just light green. I'll just shut my door. Teenage sons with friends, so I'm just gonna go all over. Don't even have to really be careful, and just do a light green. And then I'm going to get one of this one, which is my 51 Tri Plus one, and I'm going to Bex line it. I'm just going to go over the black. That'll be it for these leaves. Nice and simple. Sometimes you end up going over the black line twice. So yeah, I don't know why. Just sometimes it needs it twice. There we go, job done. Right, next one, this pot, I'm going to do another reddish with a little bit more orange in again, just following the themes that I were before. I'm going to start with the medium red I've got here first though. Oh, it's the lightest red I've got actually, sorry. 219. And what I'm going to do is on this one, I'm going to try and make it so the light is sort of hitting the middle. So I'm actually going to, so the light see is coming from all over the place. But it's okay, it's colouring and it's make-believe, so we haven't got to be too worried about that. So I'm actually just going to colour in, darkest colour going in, and have like a lighter band in the middle. Let's do the bottom red as well. So go with the red, and the next one I'm going to go with my darkest orange. So I want the blend to be quite smooth here, so I'm going to go down gradually. So the difference in the shades won't be too much, it will be quite gradual. And then the blending will be smoother. Next orange down, whatever that is, 115. And also because I'm trying to blend, I'll go right over the edge of the last colour. I'm just trying to blend, trying to smoothly blend it. Okay, and then we're going for the lighter orange. And leaving just a tiny highlight there, and then I'm going to go for kind of medium yellow, so the dark cadmium yellow. And with that one, when I do the last white line, I just colour over that a bit like that. And that should try and give it like a bit of a, so it's kind of slightly rounded. That's so thin, the lines, I'm not going to even attempt to colour that. I'm just going to get a red, number 2, my Tri Plus. Oh, look at that. And you get your quality shouting, yes, we know, Becky, we know. Just look, look how good the fine line of colour is. I mean, it's just beautiful. Just go round. Oh. Whoops. There we go. Now, let's go for maybe a medium green. This is, what colour is this? Is 112. It needs sharpening though, because that's, whilst that's a, I can actually do that one, it does need a bit sharp. There we go, it's a nice point. So I'll do that green. And then I'm going to do the Stabilo green here, which is slightly darker than that, number 36. But we'll match it a little bit better. So if I do these stalks here, not too dissimilar. Sorry, I'm knocking the phone. There we go. Now, flowers, let's go nice bright yellow, shall we? So I've got my 4 sort of yellows here, pencils. So I'm going to do all 3. So I'm going to do a dark little middle bit here on that one. I think a similar thing on these 2. Go right with the medium yellow here. But not to the end. I'm just going to leave those end bits and do a very pale yellow at the end. Just a little bit of that medium yellow there. And with this one here, there we go. Sorry, just going to sharpen my brightest orange. I'm just going to do the, oh, like the bit where it's kind of touching the other petals underneath, those bit orange. It's almost like where the shadow would be. And then go to the medium yellow. Again, not going out to the edge. Now I'm going to go with the very light one, which is the light yellow glaze. Oh, that's very light. I'm pressing down quite firm because this is a very light colour. So for it to actually sort of, you know, show up, I'm pressing down very firm. And it doesn't matter with this that you're going over the other colours either. I'm not going to use that light one. I'll go one down. So this is the 107 Cadmium Yellow. I need to sharpen it a bit because I don't want to go over the edges. Oh, that broke. Now, question is what colour to do the centre, and I think I'm going to use my fine liners for that. This one here, because we've used that orange there, I'm going to do that and then outline in the orange. It's going to bring out the orange more than the yellow, but that's okay. This one just sort of was ending up a bit darker, so that's cool. And then those others, we will go for number 43, which is like the light orange. Or I'd think of it more as a, I think the name's light orange. I'll have to double check. But I think it more as a dark yellow. I didn't even know that all these had numbers until recently. You guys made me have a look, and yeah, I learned they all had numbers and names. And then I think the yellow on this one, round. There we go. And then go for the bright yellow here, which is Stabilo 0.88, number 44. Just to go over those there and that one there. And let's do those yellow. I'm not going to outline them because obviously the yellow, I've gone over the black line with the yellow. There we go. Now, let's move on to this little cute pot here. Let's do the little pot yellow. It looks like I've done yellow before. So, can you still see this one? Yep, okay, we're still good. Oh, I'm going to do the whole bit. Just go to the next yellow down, medium yellow. Don't worry too much about the little round bits. We're going to go over those with the fine liners. And the next yellow down. And finally the light yellow. So we've basically just took the four yellows there and gone from one to the other. Hey, you can't get simpler than that, can you? You just can't get simpler. And now we're going to get a fine liner and make it look pretty. So we'll go with the yellow that we were using before, so number 43. Oh, light orange I think is the name, or dark yellow as I would say. And we're going to actually fully, so outline and then fully colour in those. And the bottom bit, and now we're just going to go over the black lines. We're going to Bex line it. Oh, oops. Went a bit awry there. That's okay. I'll go over with a green fine liner. That'll kill that one. So I'm going with my darker green here. A bit of colour. And then I will go over that bottom bit where I've made that faux pas. And I'm going to get a lighter, it's a number 53, the lighter fine liner, just to fill in up to the edge there, fill in those. And then we're going to get the darker one, so number 51, to go over the black. And then definitely over the orange. There we go. So the orange has disappeared. Like it never happened. I won't tell if you don't. Go around those. There we go. Right, the little, let's have a little ruddy yellow there. Let's go for maybe a go red going up to orange like I did last time. So we just start on the red. We're going to do exactly what we just did on that one. I'm going to go that red, and in the order I've put them on the photo that you have of the colours. Just follow that order. Going over them so you get the smooth blend. There we go, it takes us up to that dark yellow. There we go, but we're going to go around with the red because that's the darkest colour. So you don't have to do that, but I think as a rule of thumb, that often works well. Very careful on this here because you've got a dark fine liner going over a lighter colour. There we go. And let's do, shall we go maybe, I've got yellow before, but I think I might do a little bit of a red. So I'm actually going to use the pencil because I want it to blend a bit better and not so in your face. With a fine liner, and then go the nice light orange. Matches the vase a bit better as well. And then I'm gonna, there's a bit of white there, do you reckon? Yeah. And then we'll have a nice yellow in the centre, and we'll outline with the orange. So I'm going with the number 4. So anyway, how are you guys? I've never really watched many tutorials, I have to say, which is probably why I'm probably doing lots of things wrong. So I do apologise if I'm frustrating any of you because I'm not putting the colours up as I do them or something like that. But the let's use a darker one. I have noticed that, or I've seen, I haven't been on one yet, that there's a couple of people that do kind of lives. So I'm presuming you're sitting chatting to them all. Oh, I need to sharpen that. So, you know, they're colouring and they can read your comments somehow. So this is where it all gets too technical for me. So I suppose you'd have to have a computer up, wouldn't you, to be able to do that. So it's just me and my iPhone, I'm afraid. But it would be kind of cool being able to chat and get to know you all. So maybe one day I'll do that. This is number 57. So I just went with a dark green and then a slightly darker green even. Lighter green, don't. And then just go around the edge. There we go. Right then, so this one, let's go for a yellow. We're going to do really, that one's a really deep red. So for this one we do like a lighter orange. I'm just going to do the very edges orange. Maybe that part as well. Then we got the lighter orange. This is not going to be the same exactly. I'm trying to follow the picture that I put up before, but yeah. It's a bit weird colouring the... I think it's the first time I've ever coloured the same picture twice. It's a bit strange for me. So this is the yellow, dark chrome yellow. Now we're going to go to the next yellow up, which is the dark cadmium yellow. And then go to the lighter one, which is just cadmium yellow. Perfect. And we're going to outline that with orange because that's the darkest colour. So number 4 of my Triplus. So yeah, if you're watching this and then go, oh okay, I can give that a go, because it is really simple, guys. You haven't got to particularly do this picture. Just try on another picture, try on any picture. Just yeah, colour some with pencil and just outline with a fine liner. Go over the black line. Yeah, and tag me, let me know what you think. I want to start a revolution, a fine liner revolution. I just think the two go together so well, and you just don't hear people talk about them too much. There we go. Right, okay, so let's do a nice lighter green. Let's do 2 greens actually. Start with a darker green because we can. We've got pencils. And then we'll go to the lighter green. That didn't really particularly work very well, but that's okay. I'm going over in fine liners. That's Monster, I think. Didn't work. That's all right. We're going over in fine liners. It'll be good. So I'm going to use number 51 for my mid green fine liner. And with that one, like, I didn't really particularly like it, so I'm actually going to go over the whole lot and just... I didn't like the effect. The 2 greens didn't really go together very well, I didn't think. So I'm just going to go over in fine liners. So got rid of that. That can cover up all your mistakes. Not mistakes, there are no mistakes either. They're just little variations on the way. So the green. So these are I'm trying not to get my hand in the way, but it's quite difficult. I'll just put that there because I don't want to go over that. So I've done these little flowers red before, so I'll stick with that. I kind of feel like I should more do them orange, but I'll stick with the colour that I did last time. But I'm going to use fine liner in this fine liner. I'm going to use what's it instead? So number 2. Taking it right over to the edge of the black. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, so now we're going to do this. We're in midway point and we're going to do this very, very dark one. So I'm going to just move this across slightly. I'm actually going to try and move. Oh, there's a shake there. Whoops, you were like wobble, wobble, wobble. So we've got that one through to there. So let's do the next 4 and you can see. So this one we're going to do really, really dark with a bit of shine. So now I'm going to press on quite firmly at this edge here because I really want this to be pretty dark. And then underneath as well, I'm pressing quite firmly. And we're going for some light in the middle. Okay, so then go for the next red down, which isn't too dissimilar, just a little bit redder. And then we'll go for the medium red, the old scarlet red lipstick. There we go. I'm just going plain scarlet on this lip here because it's screaming out for some gold dots. There we go. Now we get the dark red and make the magic happen with the fine liner. Where is my dark red? There it is. The dark red Stabilo. Now we've got one that actually works. I don't know, I thought maybe I'd mix them up and maybe I'd put the... I'm not concentrating going over. Maybe I'd put the new one in with my old ones, if you know what I mean. I think maybe that's what I did. By accident. Tell you what's really nice when you're outlining this as well. Just like this pot here, where it's slightly, sort of not perfectly the same. And that's because Joanna sort of freehand draws. She doesn't do on a computer or whatever. She gets down and dirty with the ink and the paper. So, you know, everything isn't perfectly symmetrical or perfectly aligned. And it shouldn't be, because things in life aren't. So I actually love that about Joanna's pictures. And when you're outlining the black lines, you're kind of drawing exactly how she's, you know, you're going over exactly the lines she's drawn to get the picture there. So it's kind of pretty cool. Right then, so now we've got the red pot. We'll tack it with a gold pen just to show you. We'll tack a couple of them while I'm here actually. So I'm just going to do little gold bits. And you'll see when we move the picture around, you might not get the full effect now, that when the light hits these gold bits, they'll shine. And they'll actually almost kind of look a bit kind of white almost. There, and I'm going to, remember I said we were going to pick up the light bit on these ones. I'll just put a bit of gold there. And oh, look, I think this one needs a bit of gold as well. You can never have enough gold. Girls and boys never have enough gold. And yeah, I think this pot maybe should just have a little row at the bottom there. There we go. Right then, so on here we've got like a more of a little succulent thing going on. So colour wise, we're going to go with a like a bit of a purpley red. So I'm going to go with the 217 and just have a little bit of the dark just near the centre of each plant. Oh, that's my dog. Dog's going, what are you doing? Mum, I want to come in. Then can you hear him scraping the door or knocking the door with his paw? Oh, there we go. Hold on 1 second. Come on, big boy. Good boy. And then over the top of that, I'm just going to go that lighter red just to make it more little red. And just take it, go over the top, and then just take it out a little bit further than the last one went. Now I'm going to go into the green, and the green colour I'm going to use is the kind of the one I don't know the name of because it's so little, but it's more like a olivey, like a light olive kind of colour. That won't be the name, it'll have some weird and wonderful name. And what I'm going to do on this one, because combining and making the red and the green blend is going to be more difficult, I'm actually going to start on the outside quite firmly and colour those first. Then I will go lighter from the outside part over the red. So let's do that first. Looks a bit watermelony, doesn't it? The green and the red. So I'm again pressing quite firm because I want this green colour that's going on the edge to be sort of very green. Now what I'm going to do is over this middle part, very lightly, go over that middle part. I just want it to blend into the red a little bit. I don't want it to be, I don't overtake the red. So I don't want to go all the way over. I'm just trying to cover the edge where they meet. Now, equally, I'm going to get that red, that red, and go over the edge with the red as well now. So you haven't got a definite line. And kind of blend through. There we go. Then I'm going to get the fine liner. Let's make some magic happen. Number 57. So the olive green. That's probably not called olive green, but it looks like olive green to me. And do some Beck's lining. Looks a bit like a love art there, look at that. Oh, love art in the succulents. Oh. And these bits, I'm just going to do green. There we go. Move on to the jug. Now what we're going to do with the jug. Right. Well, what we're going to do with the jug is we're going to go over the swirls, and we're purposely going to go well over the lines with that red. And then we're going to get an orange. And we're going to go again over the lines, each sort of side. Excuse me a second. Oh God. Demanding dogs. Yes, okay, I'm coming. Go on then, you're in or out? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, I'm not leaving it open. In or out? And then when we've got that, I do apologise, we're going to go for the yellow. So I'm sort of, this is like the darker yellow. Just around it, and then we're going to go in a lighter yellow. For around the edge now. This is the medium on a yellow pencil. I think the handle should probably be this colour. There we go. Now go for the lighter, one of the lighter yellows. Just join that up. There we go. Now I'm going to outline all of that with the red on the middle bit, maybe the orange on the outside of the jug. Now I've just kind of copied what I've done last time. I don't really know what I was thinking doing the sort of the red and the lighter colours. You don't have to know, do you? You just kind of, that's what's so awesome about what we do. You can just get creative and do any colours you want. So I'm going to outline this with the orange now, a darker colour. I'm going to do a few spots just because we haven't done any dots. You can't have a picture without no dots. Let's just do some on the one side though. There we go. And that's that one. Now, what colour are we going to do? Those flowers. It looks like, now because they're so small, I'm actually going to use my fine liners for the flowers. Because, excuse me, well, I'm actually going to use orange. Just at the edge there. Ping, are you in or you out? You in or you out? Excuse my dog. Yeah, so orange here, just at the end, just the shadows. Now these kind of part, it's definitely easier with fine liners, I think, than pencils. I'll do this one as well. And then I'm going to go for the number 43, so the kind of light orange, dark yellow, whatever you want to call it, and just take it down a little bit. And still, I'm just leaving the edge here. Now as I'm doing it, because I'm colouring in fine liners, I'm going over, like right over the black line. So I'm obviously not going to outline the fine liner line, if you know what I mean. So I'm taking it I'm sort of outlining the black line as I'm colouring it in, because I'm with the fine liner. Do the same with this one. This is like your basic blending 101 with fine liners, eh? And we're going to get now the very lightest yellow fine liner we've got. Let me just grab that one, so number 10. And then we're just going to outline the bottom of that, definitely going over the black. There we go. Now for the green, let's go for a much lighter green. So it's number 53. That kind of really limey pastel green. I'll go over those little spiky bits. So I'll still go over the black, even though you know, this fine line is so light, it's not really going to change the colour as such. But by going over it, it just defines the line again. So because when we're colouring with pencil, that pencil can dull it slightly. Hopefully you can see what I mean as I'm doing it. There we go, that one done. Oh, let's go on to the spotty one. And let's maybe go, I've done a little red last time. So this one, let's do, yeah, let's do a little bit of a orange. Dark orange on the outside here, I think. Now go for the lighter orange here. That's it. And then maybe for the middle bit, let's go just for a nice dark yellow. Okay, and then for the circles, what we're going to do is we're going to get number 2, just the red, the triplus, and we're actually going to colour them all in because we're going to use our gold, so I'm going around the black as well. Use our gold gel pen. And then we're going to get the gold gel pen and we're going to just some dots along the bottom. And then just in the middle of the little circles. Perfect. Right, now we want a big green leaf there. So let's go a nice mid green. I don't like green, so this is number 112, leaf green. So we're just going to go along the kind of bottom corner, so right at the middle, and then follow the line at the bottom out. And this is the same kind of leaf, but it's kind of folded out. So I'll just do the same thing. It's on the outside. There we go. Then we'll go for a lighter one. So this is number 171, light green. And we can just very lightly go it all. Nice and simple. Now we go for our mid green 51, and we carefully go over the black lines. Do a bit of backsliding. These were the ones that I was going around. I was like, is that a tulip? Because I know nothing about flowers. A good friend in New Zealand, Francie, I think she's got a bit of a green finger. She loves her flowers. She grows veggies too. I'd love to do that. I want to be able to grow veggies. Yeah, the only time I've tried to grow stuff, I tend to kill it dead. But anyway, I'll get there one day. Here we go. Yeah, now, so what colour are we going to do the tulips? I've done them red before, so let's go the red. Maybe let's go the more red orange though. So we're going to go with that scarlet red. Nice, make a nice lipstick red. I'll slip with the green there. I'm trying to go over it, but it's quite dark. Never mind. And then go for an orange, but I'm actually purposely going to go with the lighter orange, so you get a definite clash on purpose. Well, not a clash, but it's not, you know, it's not such a smooth blend, I suppose. That's on purpose. And then we'll outline with a red. Go with the darkest colour to outline, so number 2. I'm enjoying colouring. At the end of the end of each day I'll colour, but at the end of the week in particular, it's a Friday night as I'm recording this. So at the end of the week, I just absolutely love relaxing, colouring and unwinding. Turns my brain off, calms me down. It's my relaxation. So there's my little red onion tulips. Right then, right, can you still see? We're okay for one more? Yeah, we're okay for one more, and then I'll move it over again. In fact, shall I move it over now? Let's move it over now. So I'm just going to lift you up there. Sorry about that. Went a bit awry there. So let's do the last 4 here, and then we're done. So let's go a nice yellow. So yeah, we've had a kind of orangey, so let's go a nice light yellow here. So I'm going to start with the number 108, and I'm going to go over the those circles, because I will use my fine liner on that. It's absolutely pouring down outside. You probably can't hear the rain. It was a beautiful sunny 25 yesterday. We're just coming into spring here in Perth. Yeah, and it was nice and sunny. Then I'm just going to use the lighter yellow. This is number 107. And then the very lightest one, which is number 104, just for that little highlight bit there. So a very nice plain yellow. Then I'm going to get the 43, the one, is it dark yellow, is it light orange? The jury's out. I think it's light orange. Technically, but I'll call it dark yellow. Yeah. And then we're going to outline these lines here. And we're going to outline and colour those ones in. The fine liner. Colour the handle in a bit darker. I think that lip pleat needs to be a bit darker as well. And there we go. Right then, so we've got 2 flowers here. And let's keep these yellow. And let's do it with a bit of fine liner because it's only small. The area. So that's with that one. And if we go for the very light yellow, so number 10, fine liner. So again, we can go right over because we colour with fine liner straight away. We can go right over. And go in this over the black. There we go. Now green. Let's go for a. I think because it's yellow and light. Let's go for a fairly light green. Dogs are just gone out again. How annoying. Right, so let's go for the extremely light green actually. So I've coloured it in the light, but I'm actually going to get, because this is too light, 53. I'm going to get the number 51 just to do the stalks on the middle ones, just so it stands out, because this is quite low down. So the background, it's against that kind of browner part of the background. So that very, very pale green wasn't really standing out. Now I'm just going to go around those. That's it. Kind of coloured over a bit, but that's okay, it'll do. Right, onto this one here. Now this nice big flower, I've done this before, it's quite red and orange, so I'm going to get the nice red and do the bits closest to the edges there in that lovely scarlet red. The centre one's actually going to be quite red. And then on the outer ones, go for the darkest orange, which is number 115. And take that all out. So yeah, keeping it actually quite dark, or darker. And if we go around this in the red fine liner now, that'll bring out the red a bit more. Okay. So I'm going to use actually the dark, the dark red one. Number 550. There we go. Right, now while we're here on this, I think I'm going to do this one a little darker. I'm going to do a bit different as well. I'm going to go in with the fine liner first. Because I think I'd quite like these bands to have a lot of gold on. So if I do the darker fine liner there, go for the red fine liner, number 2. Look at the colour. Oh, this red is such a beautiful red. There we go. And then on the middle ones, pick up the orange. So go darker on the edge. Then we'll go lighter in the middle. There we go, I like that. And then we get the gold. And if we can, do the little tiny row dots on the bottom, little baby dots. But then on the bigger ones here, we can do the dots going up the middle like that. Oh, beautiful! There we go. Now, what we're going to do for the leaves, we may go for our olive colour because we haven't used that for a while. There's a few kind of plants that way. So that's quite thin, that middle part. So I will use just a fine liner for that one. But the pencil bit here, I'm going to colour in a pencil and then just fine liner. So the pencil bit though, I'm not pushing too hard because I actually want that kind of slightly lighter colour on the outside. So I'm not using 2 pencils, I'm just using 1 pencil, obviously, but I want that slightly lighter colour on the outside. I now get the fine liner. Where is it? Oh, where's my olive fine liner? Oh, here it is. So number 57, and I'm just going to outline that. There we go. And what I can do then is, because I've gone a bit lighter, do a few lines. Just go straight up and down over that one. And do the little thorn. Outline this one. And then put there we go. Right then, so little pots. We're nearly there, the penultimate one. So let's go, we're gonna dark red, really dark last time because I haven't done that much. Let's follow the same one. Last time, that's when I did the picture before, I mean. So we're going to dark red. This dark one kind of, yeah, lets a bit of the white through for some reason. Well, sometimes they do. So we go that dark red, and then we go with the hang on, the little brown or red. The brown or red. God, I'm so technical, eh? Number the cadmium red, number 217, and then we're going to go scarlet. But we will, on the bits there, colour with that darker red and outline in the darker red. And I've got an urge to colour those bits in the darker red as well. Oh, those are pretty little berries. Now with that middle grass bit, let's maybe go a lighter colour, but I'm actually going to do fine liner first. or just do fine liner. So fine liner, darker green outline, and also the little stalks, and then just go number 51 on the inside. Just very plain and simple, nothing flashy with this one. There we go. Now that's a bit plain, so where's my gold? Let's just chuck a few dots on the line there. Oh, should we? Yes, we shall. Oh, look. Job done. We're on our last one. We're on our last one. And this one, because we've got a bit of reds and yellows, we're going to do this one kind of lighter. Looks like well, I've got all the colours in here, so let's do all the colours. We're going to do a fine liner thing on the top here. Nice red, block colour red. We'll hit it with the fine liner. And then these parts we're going to do the red. And then we're going to go on to our pencils now. And with your scarlet red, just do the edge. And the bottom. Oh, went over there, but that's okay. And go for the 115. So dark orange, basically. Blend this. And then next orange, the lighter one. Now we'll go the yellow, the 109 dark chrome yellow. And then just the mid yellow, the dark cadmium yellow in the middle. Now that band there, I think should probably just be yellow. So just going to go dark each side, going in lighter. Go for our next lighter yellow, which is, what's this one? Cadmium yellow. And just leave that middle bit for the lightest yellow we've got, which is light yellow glaze 104. There we go. So we're going to go outline. What are we going to outline with? That's right, the darkest colour. So we're outlining with the red, number 2. We've already done that top is red. So let's just, we're not going to outline that yellow side. We're going to outline that with a yellow. But this part here, we are going to outline red. And the bottom we're going to outline red. And then yellow, we're going to get the number 43. Go. And we're going to get the gold. And we're just going to dot along the top. And in there. now just the flowers. Let's keep the flowers nice and light. So we're going to go with number 51 for the stalks. They're like the, what are they called now? You blow them and tell the time. What are they called? Oh, it totally escapes me. Oh, that will annoy me. You blow the... They're not orange anyway. Mine are. Oh, what do you call them? You're screaming, aren't you? Going, they're called... Oh, I can't think. Mine's gone blank. So I'll use the orange then. I'm going to use the yellow eyeliner. Nice and bright. No, I am going to go over those little lines. And now these ones I'm just going to go, I think I might call them lighter yellow, but just go around the outside with this yellow actually, so they can stay nice and light. And that's it, we're done. So when we've done this one, it's obviously taken a while. Yeah, well, I'll do a separate one for the next one down, and the next one down will be greens and turquoises. So thank you for joining me, if you've lasted all the way through. Thank you for following, and hopefully if you're following and doing yours at the same time, it's turning out well and you're learning a few things. Please post to Instagram and tag me. I will put your picture up and let me know what you think. Do you like using pencils? I'm now using, sorry, number 10, so just call it this in. Are you enjoying using pencil and fine liners? I hope you are, and you just doing this gives you a bit of confidence to have a try on some other pictures with them, because it's yeah, I don't do any picture now without using the combo of fine liners pictures, unless I'm purposely just doing fine liners only. I never use pencils on their own really anymore. There we go, job done. So thank you guys. I'm just going to lift this up a little so you can see it all. There we go. Thanks for joining me, and we will do the next one very, very soon. And see you.